It must be understood that security services is one of the jobs which are targeted by radicals, by Islamists to infiltrate in. You have a lot of low-sky, low-profile jobs in manufacturers, in various sectors, and in security, which are targeted by those people. I think that the fact that those people were detected before the opening of Euro is a good sign. It's a sign that the system is working. They were detected, and of course, they were expelled of the security of the Euro. It's extremely difficult. Once one could even say that this is a nightmare for security services. You have to securize an event which will draw hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people, which will last 1 month, which will be performed in 6 different locations in France. And so you have to protect the stadiums, of course, the fan zones, the hotel of the teams, the transportation of teams, and even some places which are not official fan zones, but where people will meet will gather to share the transmission on big screens and so on. So it's really a nightmare, and no one, I think, is able to ensure that the 100% security will be reached. But 100% security anyway doesn't exist. All the people working in security in France are subjects of a screening by the Interior Ministry. So the organization or the company which hire them must enter their files to the Interior Ministry, and of course must check on itself a few things like criminal record and so on. And at the end of the day, they could just work if they have the habilitation from the coming out of the Interior Ministry. It's the same like a lot of countries, other countries in Europe. Yes, you have actually you have various levels of responsibility. First, clearly, you have the state, which is responsible of the security in the streets and, generally speaking, the security in France. Then you have the UEFA, the association of football, the football association, which will organizing the event. Then you have the companies which are hired by the football association to ensure the security. You have three various levels of responsibility here.
Okay, and they work together.
They must, of course, they must work together. And at the end of the day, it's of course the states which decide. The football association and the company securing the event will propose a few operations, to a way to work, guidelines and so on. And the government will say yes, no, we accept this, but we don't accept this. You must change some point in this part of the guidelines and so on. The problem is that, and we saw also a frightening event a few weeks ago, when on a normal football match, well before the opening of the Euro 16, some people were able to introduce some kind of artifacts inside the Stade de France near Paris. Of course, this is a mistake. It's clear that someone somewhere made a mistake allowing those people to enter the stadium or to enter a fan zone. So, as I already said, the 100% security doesn't exist. Mistakes exist. People could be tired. If you have too many people to control, and for instance, if we take the fan zone of Paris, we are speaking of 100,000 people in the fan zone on the Champ de Mars. So, of course, if you want to have something which is possible without files of, without queue of hours, you must do the check, proceed to the check quickly. And if you proceed to the check too quickly, you could have mistakes and allow the bad guy to enter the zone.
Does it mean that all these security investment are just illusion of security?
No, I don't think it's illusion of security. First of all, it's clearly deterring people. The terrorists and the bad guys could say, oh, this is too complicated to enter the fan zone or to enter the stadium, so we won't attack this kind of facilities. Secondly, basically on a statistical base, it works. Most of the bad guys will be forbidden to enter the security zones. But the problem is that when you secure something, it's like a chain. If you secure one link of the chain, the threat will displace on another link of the chain. And for instance, if you are a terrorist and you can't attack in a stadium or you can't attack a fan zone, you could try to attack transportation. You could try to attack the metro, transporting the people to the stadium. You could try to attack a restaurant or a cafe in which the football matches are retransmitted. So you have a lot of possibilities, and it is impossible to securize all the country for all the possibilities of attacks which could be chosen by the terrorist. I think it's complicated, first of all, because all the strikes we had in France since weeks now provoked an enormous charge of work for the security services, police and army, which are already under a very high pressure since the attacks of January 15 and November 15. Secondly, if we have strikes continuing at the same time at the zero, of course it will disturb the public service, it will disturb transportation, it will cause large regroupment of people, and this could be another target for terrorists. So clearly the strikes are a security issue here.
Okay, merci beaucoup.
Thank you. Merci.
Vous pouvez tourner quelque part.
Oui, tout à fait. Chaîne qui m'autorise à fumer pendant les interviews.